Well, I'm a legend in the making, yeah. I know just what I'm made of.
I'm still dancing, guys. I'm still dancing. Oh boy, y'all just don't know I love the intro. It's for everybody. I have to say it again. They say life is what you make it. I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. And if you have that, you're going to be okay. I'm just saying it's in the building. We are really here today live in effect. You understand? My gray hair is coming in. I can't cut it any lower. I'm not going bald, so we're going to have to just work with this. You know what I mean? I can't go to the barber, but we are here. And if you guys see me and hear me, you are blessed. So I want to do my shout out. I want to always shout out Mariana. Whew, I say that because she makes everything possible. You guys have no idea what it takes to deal with me. You understand what I'm saying? I require a lot, even with what I want done with my graphics, with everything. Couldn't do it without her. And then when I do things, she's right there to say, hey, correct this, correct that. And she makes all the social media work and helps me keep it going. And Michelle King, I want to thank you so much for being my show manager, getting all of my guests together, sending out my emails. I know sometimes I run ahead of you when I see certain people and I want them on, I reach out fast, but thank you for catching up with me and keeping it happening. Cherie and Quan, you guys are my ambassador, true ambassador of what I would call family. You guys are always here each time, ready professionally to do the show and ready to bring it on. And I thank you for that. Couldn't do it without you. But there's one person that I always save for last, because all of this that you see would not be happening. And he and I are still working to make the perfection happen. I know you can see a lot of different changes and it's looking a lot different. I couldn't do this without Mike. Do y'all guys understand what I'm saying? We couldn't do it without Michael Farmer at all. He'll come in the building to make this happen for me and hook it up. And that's what I'm talking about. So I couldn't do I'm Just Saying without Mike just doing. So I want to thank all of these people. We have some beautiful guests today. There's a lot going on right now, as there always is. But you would think with us already dealing with COVID-19 and everything, that somewhere we would understand what it means to pull together, join together in unity to try and make things better and brighter. We see what happened with 45 and we locked up. All of us are still not able to do the things freely that we want to do, but this is called making America great again. What a great America. And then on top of that, when I look on Facebook and different things, I see so much arguing and indecisiveness. There are a group of people going at Michelle Obama because she said something about being angry or being tired or being fed up. And they were going into her. Like, how dare you? And like, you don't want some of me. And that kind of thing. And so something's giving me feedback, Mike. I don't know what it is. And so they were lighting into her. And my thing was, dang, what is going wrong with you guys? You get what I mean? It's that kind of thing where you love me when it's convenient for you. That's not love. And a lot of the people that were lighting into her were us, our Black people. So I can't tell you when you're wrong. And I'm a little guilty of it as far as I learning how to take criticism, but I still go back and do self-inventory. And I'm not going to go on a live media thing crashing people. There are a lot of people I run into and have contact with or issues with, but I'm not going on media to talk about it. And I say that to say, if it's something you think is wrong, why are we so quick to call each other out, all of us? You know what I mean? And now when you talk Democrat, Republican, blase, everybody is still not understanding what it means to be one, to be of unity. And it's tiresome for me. It's tiresome and it's hurtful, because I would think at this moment we really would understand that we need to pull together and work together. It doesn't matter what if Democrat, all this is what's going on right now. Like as Annika always says, it has no race. COVID-19 don't give a damn what you are. It's That's just right. Going to come in and it's attacking and it's killing, and everyone is losing someone. Everyone. And when do we really wake up and realize, okay, we got to put our minds, our heads, and our hearts together and try to really figure this out. Young boy took a job. Now, I'm a mother of 3 young black men that are still living in the South by choice because they choose to stay in the South. I say this for a reason. He took a jog, a simple jog for exercise, running. You know what I mean? Simple jog. And now his mother is about to bury him. Can you imagine as a parent? As a parent, even if me as a parent, I'm doing this show, so I'm going on, I get a phone call. Took a jog. But for the sad part about it is, first now it's saying, well, he took a jog in the wrong place. Well, where's the right place to run, damn it? Where's the right place? Where? For me, and I'm trying to understand this thing and get a gist of what is going on. We are already battling things. And you still out here hating. You gunned this young man down. And for me and everything, it's sad to say we always talk before the show. We were talking with everybody, and one of the guests said something about race and about how it is for us.
Now to a deadly shooting that's inflamed racial tension.
And how that feels. Now, I didn't feel as angry as I felt till I saw this video.
Are you ready?
Yeah, definitely ready.
Now to a deadly shooting that's inflamed racial tensions in a Georgia community. Tonight, video has surfaced of an African-American man being chased down and killed. His family says he was just out jogging. We should warn you, the video is graphic. Here's CBS's Omar Villafranca.
This cell phone video captures the final moments of Ahmaud Arbery's life while he was jogging through this Brunswick, Georgia neighborhood in February. Arbery was confronted by Gregory McMichael and his son Travis, who shot Arbery twice with a shotgun before the 25-year-old collapsed and died. Arbery's mother, Wanda Jones.
Proves that my son was not committing a crime. He was out for his daily jog and he was hunted down like an animal and killed.
Gregory McMichael was the only witness in the police report. He told investigators he thought Arbery was a burglary suspect and ordered him to stop. McMichael then said Arbery violently attacked his son and the two fought over the shotgun before Travis shot him twice. At the time, no charges were filed. Attorney Lee Merritt represents Arbery's family.
Nothing else after that video today. Both of the McMichaels, Gregory McMichael and Travis McMichael, should be behind bars.
McMichael is a former law enforcement officer who used to work for the local DA. Due to conflicts of interest, the case is now on its third prosecutor, who says he will ask a grand jury to bring charges.
I'm hoping that all hands involved, they're indicted and they go to jail.
CBS News reached out to the McMichaels, but they did not want to talk. The wheels of justice are moving slowly because of the coronavirus, but the prosecutor says he plans to present the case to a grand jury for possible charges once a grand jury can convene. Nora?
Omar, thank you.
The thing about this is, how many? I'm asking, how many? How many? I've lost count. And I'm not just saying black, I'm just saying race-related deaths that are done predominantly by whites. And I can speak truth. This is done predominantly by white supremacy. Let me say it right. Because it don't fit everybody. I'm not calling that out. Let me say it right. White supremacy. I was reading in Southern Poverty was saying that the hate crimes have went up in the past 4 years. Who got in office 4 years ago? I hate to act like we're in elementary school. Who was in office? Who was elected in office 4 years ago? Hate crimes have risen. I can't hear.
A Cheeto president. We're currently being presided over by the 45th president of the United States.
An off-brand Cheeto package.
Yoon, can you tell us a little bit about the organization that you work that we are that I am a part of and what we do?
I'm sorry. Which organization? Southern Poverty Law?
No, the one that you work with for hate crimes against Asians.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, I was the hate crimes prevention coordinator from 2006 to 2008, and it was a collaboration of the 7 main races that were targeted.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can probably guess, they were African American, Latino, LGBT, Jewish, Asian. Oh boy, I'm forgetting the other 2. And we worked together and met monthly to talk about trends and work with the victims, talk about policy, and try to push, for example, in the case of the murder of this young man, so not only is there murder, but there's the hate component as well, that the hate enhancement to it, so extra sentencing, extra fines, and a lot of advocacy and a lot of awareness. We started in 1982 from the death of Vincent Chin back in Detroit.
Wow. So this here we are, 2020. And we still need these organizations, Southern Poverty Law. We need them more now, as we would say we needed them back in the 60s, even further back. You can't go take a jog. There's a song that a young man wrote. That young man is here with us today. And I want to play this song. He was performing at I'm assuming as he does, went out and he performed at different vineyards and things like this. And I don't even know if he knew this song would be so powerful at this moment. And I heard the song and got chills. As I said, I was really reading about what happened today to Ahmaud Arbery, and looking in his mother's eyes and thinking, God, thank you for that not being me. And that's a selfish thing to say. And I started listening to his song, looking at his video, and got chills. So we're going to play this song, and we're going to talk to this young man after we I'm at a loss for words. Let me tell you why. Something has got to be done. Something has got to be done about this. I don't know what. I don't know. Right now, I don't know. And that's the anger for me. We are just swallowing COVID-19 and taking in the fact that so many innocent lives were lost, young, old, children, with something that blindsided us because 45 said it was hoax or fake news. And it has killed life after life after life, and thousands, and people are sick, and we're still dealing with it. And now, here we go, a warm day comes, and a young man decides he wants to take a jog. And 2 people, father and son, couldn't find anything better to do but gun him down. That's what they thought to do with their beautiful day that God had blessed them with, after he had probably got them through being COVID free. I don't know what possessed this boy to write this song, because honey, he's not a boy. And I thank him for the song, and I want everybody in the world to hear this song. And I'm not going to stop till everybody hears this song, until they get the understanding of this song. He was singing it, and I'm not going to stop. You doing a video for this song. Play the song. Show Calvin Winbush the
12 said I got a gun. You already know the outcome. I was on my way home. Problems I ain't really wanna know. Now I'm bleeding on the floor. I ain't even do a thing. If my skin was different, might have had some Burger King. Really wish that you were there for my birthday. Used to swing so high on the swings. Student of the month in the 3rd grade. Almost made homecoming king. Seen the way I laughed with my grandma. Noticed how we had the same mind. Tell me when I felt in November. Help me when I heard and I cried. Didn't have to die, Lord. Said I was a thug. Put up on my city pictures. We was just having fun. Why she treat me so different? Blood crying from the ground. Want somebody to defend me. Ain't seen or understand why your jail cell's empty. Wish that you were there for my birthday. Used to swing so high on the swings. Suit another month in the 3rd grade. Almost made homecoming king. Seen the way I laughed with my grandma. Noticed that we had the same minds. Help me when I felt and recovered. Help me when I heard and I cried. I didn't have to die, Lord.
Guys, can y'all hear me? Okay, if y'all can hear me, if you can't see the video, don't panic.
They tell me if I walk right and talk right, it'll be alright. But they killed Martin in the suit while he was preaching the truth. They told me if I act right, don't tag like a damn nigga. Everything you fought except the one pulling the trigger at you. Because it's blue. They tell me if I walk right and talk right, it'll be alright. But they killed Martin in a suit while he was preaching the truth. They told me if I act right, don't sag like a damn nigga. Everything you fought, except the one holding the trigger at you. Was it? That song was called Litmus Test.
All right, guys, we're coming back.
All right.
Whew. Talking about something that kind of shook me when I heard that. And then at the end, when Calvin says this was the litmus test, I'm like, wow. And see, for him to be singing it, it meant something because he's a brother, he's a man, a black man, you know. And this is greatest fear. You know, you see the lights behind you. At one point, I mean, it was one thing, we're dealing with police brutality, and now still in the southern states and here, we're still dealing with people that want to do us bodily harm because of not who we are to them, what we are, what we are not. We are not white. We're not the supreme. That's what supremacists.
What we represent to them.
Yes, exactly, without a doubt. Is what Cherie. Talk to me. I'm at a loss of words. Talk to me.
I'm kind of with you there. I'm kind of stuck between a hard rock. I'm a mother of a little black brown boy. He's 6. He has autism. So I don't know if you recall the shooting where it was the caretaker of the autistic special needs boy that was actually shot and not the special needs little boy. I'm also married to a police officer that's less than a year away from a lifetime retirement. And, this is a police officer's biggest fear. It just seems to be no matter what. I feel like when I heard the story, I think what disturbs me the most is the fact that the former police officer / shooter wasn't arrested. And that just kind of smacks of what I believed happened in the 40s and 30s and 20s, where our life literally meant nothing. There was no police report to be taken because no humans involved. And we're in a backlash. Let's talk about that for real. I think you opened up and said 45 has brought on a backlash. Some may say it was 44's election that brought the backlash.
I said that. We've
But
got
we just
black.
had so we had we have rising hate crimes, not just against African Americans, but anybody, LGBT community. We have it against, here in a heavily Asian community with the quote unquote Chinese flu, Wuhan's disease, whatever you want to call it. It is COVID-19. We now know there's a super strong version of COVID-19, one more deadly than the other.
Well, sure. Here's the thing that I want to ask everyone. Please give me your input. With all these incidents happening as of within the last 2 weeks, and these are some of the places that are now opening up because of COVID-19 and opening up. And if you're seeing it's almost happening everywhere. I know even just as of recently, that I read yesterday, there was an innocent woman, literally targeted in Newport Beach. Black woman, targeted. No one else. No one. There was a Latino. There was everyone, but she was the one targeted and arrested at Newport Beach. And for COVID-19 to be the excuse to say social distancing, to say all this, to just now use more than reputable behavior and reputable ways to get someone arrested or arrest someone. I really think right now, within these last 2 weeks, the target on our back, is really it's prevalent. But also as well, and we talked about this on another show, Dion, is that even before COVID-19, it was on our back. But the fact that a lot of our young kids are having these parties, meeting up in groups of about 200, 300, 400. Yeah, people are still trying to have block parties and all this, that, and the other. It's in my opinion, like I said, my opinions are perfect. I think this is now a retaliation of, you don't want to stay locked in the house. Okay, we're going to show you something. And I think this is where they're using excessive force to try to relay the message across the United States, like they did on many occasions with Trayvon, with many occasions of the 92 riots, with many occasions of everything that is going on. This is a coverted way during COVID-19 to say, keep your ass in the house.
No, I think I agree that all of these things are in motion and in play. I think though you're on the right path, just a tidbit. That's just me though.
Okay.
Here's why I say off just a tidbit. I think they thought we were gonna all run right out. See, the thing about this is we are getting wiser. We've always been wise, but it's like fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And this is 2020. And so all of our races are getting stronger in the mind. You can't just tell us anything. Look what happened with Joe Biden, not about him being a candidate, but the way black people stood up, the way finally how some of the older Baptist blacks and I say black, African Americans are, and the way what was his name? Sherry Clyburn came out and said, I can't be silent anymore. I'm for Joe Biden.
Right.
And people start coming out saying, I can't be
Right.
silent anymore. And everyone's coming out.
Right.
And now and you have the Southern Poverty Law Center. You have all these organizations. Eunice been work with one for years. It started back when she was in Detroit. So the thing about it is, this is fear retaliation now. This is fear. It's already happened. It's like we can't do anything with them but kill them now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you follow what I'm saying? And that's really what I feel with these races. For the boy that went into the Jewish, synagogue. You get what I mean? And the one that went in and killed every race, every color, shooting and that the fear is taking them this last yaha of we are going to be extinct. Because they built the law. Yeah, they built a law that they can't deal with. The law was 1 inch of any other blood, you are not white. You made that law. If it was with if he went overseas and fought in war and brought back, remember, men used to sometimes have to hide their wife if they brought her back from Vietnam. This all goes all the way back. You understand what I'm saying? 1 inch of blood, just an inch of it. You are not white, as they would say. Even a mixed chop. Yeah.
They will pull your white cloth. I mean, to me, this is polite circles, an example of white privilege. Entitlement to stop, detain. They didn't have the badge. This guy was retired. He wasn't still on the job.
Mm-hmm.
This man was just literally running down the street. But I still think people are trying to. San Diego County, we had that man put on the hood, the Ku Klux Klan hood, and went grocery shopping and got his groceries.
Gus, what do you think about this? You're a man.
And just kept, and no one had the. Woo.
No one. You're right. Gus, you've been quiet. I want to talk to you, Gus. I want you
Let's
to
talk.
Yes, please. Tell me. You're a man of color.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for having me. And I actually got an education in ethnic studies. So, we talk about how race has been a part of the construction of this country and continuing. So, we were talking about a backlash. I mean, there's a backlash that's been going on since the civil rights movement. And it's taken on different iterations. And I have a 16-year-old son who looks kind of like me. And in LA, in Boyle Heights, there was a guy who was beat up by a police officer who looked just like him. So it gets a little bit more complicated around, where we are, because unfortunately, sometimes the police may look like us, but they actually end up doing the work of white supremacy.
Keep talking, Gus. Keep talking.
So, I come from a country where the police officers used to kill us. When I was a kid, my uncle was threatened because he was a union organizer. We had to leave the country. And over there, they would put bags of like bug killer on your head and torture you. And they learned that from the US. They learned that from, in the School of the Americas and all that. So coming to LA without documents, I used to be scared of cops, anybody who had a uniform. And even when I was in college, one time I was in Mountain View, California, because I was going to school in the Bay Area, and I was driving around and I got pulled over because apparently the headlights were not the way that the police officer wanted them. And, luckily nothing happened to us, but I had that deer caught in the headlights look, because you never know what's going to happen.
You don't. You never
You
know.
never know.
Sure. Now, Gus, I want to ask you this question real quick. On top of what you just said, and you can answer this as well. When you see within the last 2 weeks in New York, in Washington, in Georgia, in Los Angeles, and these other places that are either slow to open up or have opened up, how does it make you feel when you see young black males, young black girls, that are either young teens or young 20s being attacked like this, and you're seeing all these other cultures just watch the police do what they're doing?
Well, I understand that we're in a different reality, so I think that nobody should be attacked for the color of their skin, and I totally agree that African Americans have borne the brunt of that in this country historically. But ultimately, I think it's important for us to look at how, if somebody's targeted, what can we do safely to try to intervene? Nowadays we got phones that have cameras on them, and people start filming, and that makes some people nervous, but that can be a way for you to physically keep yourself safe while at the same time, changing things. There's a case that's going around right now that there's a police officer in Boyle Heights who was beating up on a guy,
Yes,
and
that's
somebody
right.
was filming it across the street. And this is no disrespect to
Heidi.
police officers, but I think the question becomes what gets done when the cameras aren't on them.
Exactly right.
That's right.
What organizations do we have now that people can reach out to if they feel that they are being discriminated against or being threatened because of race or sexual gender and orientation?
Sure, there's a couple of different ones. There's the Asian American Advancing Justice Center, and what they've been doing is they have started a hotline so you can report, and they're also recording too everything. There's been a huge spike. I think last time I counted, it was like we had a town hall. There's been several different town halls across the nation because the Asian community is so pan-ethnic, Cambodian to Samoan to Japanese. So everyone kind of comes together across the nation. And there's been a couple different town halls. But they have put up reporting forms in different languages. So anyone can report as well too, and just kind of spread the word out also to the older generations, because they're more likely to have a fear of like all communities of color of the government, and not know the process, and may have a language barrier and so forth. But but there has been a spike nationwide. Like I said, I think about 1,500 as of the last town hall, just within a tier from the pandemic period, and most recently, just today I read there was a murder in the parallel community. Was very unfortunate. This guy was 37, and he was a medical student at University of Pittsburgh, and he was doing some research for the coronavirus. I guess was pretty close to a cure or vaccine, something. But he was found, shot in the head in his home during the weekend, and then a mile away. Yeah. So, and then it's the same thing. We all get gee, what was the motive? Wow, who was the perpetrator? Wow, was this linked? And then there's and then there's no pressure, and then who comes in to support the family, and does the community and the people really get justice, and so forth. But then also too, I wanted to go back to there are a lot of organizations to help out the mom and pop community businesses that are suffering. A lot of them have gone out of business, or boycotted, or simply had to just close their doors temporarily. So there are websites to donate to keep the doors, mostly restaurants, to keep them open here in the LA area, mostly the Japanese, Korean, and Filipino community. And they take those donations and then they send them out to like low-income seniors and unhoused individuals, because oftentimes the social services, really don't provide for them. So, but yeah, that's pretty much on the organizational level.
No, that's awesome. Calvin, I want to ask you a question. With the song that you just did,
Yeah.
even though you're artist and all of this, I know you're out driving. What is your
Yeah, no worries.
but what is your fear? What is your fear some nights when you are leaving a set or leaving the TV, leaving a set for a movie or leaving a set for a show you've done? Do you see the police behind you? Do you have that fear? I'm asking.
Oh yeah. I mean, no, that's a good question. I'll be honest. It definitely is a concern, and it's a thought that comes up anytime that police are involved with anything, because you realize that, oh, I might not be viewed as a human in this moment. I might not get the luxury of literally somebody that, in the song Litmus Test, I'm talking about, like, I really wish that you were there for my birthday. I used to swing so high, and I'm kind of recounting all of these moments of life, because I realized that's like one of the reasons why this stuff happens. Like, they didn't necessarily grow up. We were thought of as these other things, not like them. Like, so, when I see other Black people, or when I see people in general, I see them as extensions of myself. Like, oh, okay, there's a certain.
He kind of froze. Yeah, he froze. We'll get him back and everything. But Gus, you were saying that there's some other areas that we could reach out to, like with LA County. You were saying 211 is an area that we could report to. Can you hear me, Gus?
With unlimited patience with white people that are brandishing guns, holding guns, doing all these things, but at the suspicion of, all Black people need to get killed is a suspicion. But there could be a clear, there could be a clear and present danger with white people, and they're still giving patience and time, and they really want to see it out. And that's a sad thing. So it's like I'm very aware that my humanity might not come into this conversation. So usually when I do get stopped or when I do interact with the police, and I'm always trying to reach them on a human level. Like, hey, how are you doing, sir? Or like, hey, how's it been going tonight? But this is the thing. I might have that wherewithal and self-awareness, but a lot of my cousins might not. And should I have to? And so if I'm just not witty and savvy enough to know what the situation is, so I'm deserving of death because of that, or what if they catch me on a bad day? I'm a little upset or whatever, or something happened and everything. So they're a trained professional with authority to kill someone. And in that moment, when I encounter a police be more than a trained professional.
Yes.
Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Because you kind of paused a little bit. I'm getting everything you're saying. Let me ask you a question with litmus test.
Yeah.
Because it's so profound. I'm gonna tell you how profound it is. I'm gonna take the words of that and I'm gonna post that on my web page as well as on my YouTube page. Like you said, the part where you were saying, I wish you were there for my birthday. It's like you were trying to break that down for them. I know writing, we forget songs sometimes, and there's this thing, but there's a few verses there that a few lines there that were just like when you first led with the song. My engineer Mike was like, "Whoa!" He caught my attention right away.
Oh wow, I'm glad. No, with that line, with the chorus or the pre-chorus, I was saying that I really wish that they were there for my birthday. I used to swing so high on the swings. Student of the month in the 3rd grade, and almost made homecoming king. And I'm recounting all of these moments of just a life of a human. Like, hey, I'm a human. Like, I wish you were there. I wish that you could see that. Like, oh wow, this person's life is valuable. Like, then they wouldn't treat it so trivially. It wouldn't be something that can just be easily discarded if it wasn't something that where we are viewing each other as, oh, that's them, they're others. They're not like me. Those are those black guys over there. Those are those. It's, it's easy sometimes for us to discard one another's humanity. And that's kind of what I was saying. Like, dang, I wish that you knew that, like, hey, I bleed like you. I've cried like you. I've gone through school, education. I have family and friends and stuff, because the people that I know that have those experiences with black people, they get it. They're like, oh, yeah, that's just different. It's just a different flavor of human. But there's an attachment that they have, and there's a bonding that they have. But when we're always in these us versus them mentality, and society and media and history with redlining is enforcing those old stereotypes and enforcing this paradigm of us versus them, and we're better and they're just this subhumanoid. We're always like fighting for our humanity, for people to just like not think twice about pulling the trigger. It's like, no, it's not. It shouldn't be that easy for you to just discard a human life, especially in a lot of times without any evidence to really do that and whatnot. It's just a sad thing. I remember I started writing that song, and it just really like touched me in the moment of like, man, like people really don't like value our lives as much, and it's a sad thing, but it was a reality and stuff. And so I don't know, like it's weird. Like almost, I wish I didn't have to write that song. I'll put it like that. I wish that these things weren't real, but I'm glad that I'm able to communicate a message. And what I said, I don't know if the end of the YouTube video, but and at the end of it, the song is called Litmus Test because it's whatever is allowed to happen to black people eventually happens to everybody. Like I always tell people like, hey, if you think about it, if slavery would have continued, eventually there would have been white slaves. Eventually somebody would have sold their freedom or something. I mean, we've seen that with like people being addicted to drugs and stuff. Like people will just sell it. So there would have been white slaves. It would have just been a common thing for anybody to be a slave. The crack and drug epidemic happened, and we weren't really seen as humans. And so now, when all
I mean, I get it. He's talking. Calvin's having a bad connection, a little bit of bad
all
connection.
the stuff in that now it's a bad connection.
Yes, a little bit of a bad connection, and we can tell a little bit. It's kind of fading a little. We can kind of tell.
Okay.
But yeah, but I'm glad that you wrote. I know that you hate that you had to write the song, but I'm glad that you wrote the song because sometimes we need something. You know what I mean? It's amazing what we need in order. Martin Luther King probably thought, I got to sit here and write a speech called "I Have a Dream." You understand what I mean? But had he not wrote that speech, do you understand? As opposed to also with when we go back to this, and we're there to the '60s. We were just talking about the other night the bus boycott and all of this, and how Martin got thrown into it. He went there to preach, not to lead. So I know, and he probably thought, I have to do this, but I must do this. And had he not did that, then we probably don't know where we would be. So again, to fulfill divine purpose, you have to answer when you call. And some things we do then, there are years that ask questions and years that answer. And those things come to light without a doubt. Gus, you were talking about your studies. And I see something on your shirt. What does that shirt say?
Well, the shirt actually says solidarity by any means necessary.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Guys, we're gonna do a call out and then real quick. I don't understand what's going to happen. I hear different things. I hear they are going to prosecute, but I also, if you heard in the news clip, it was saying that the men were denying it, and of course the video surfaced, and that the father worked as a detective for the district attorney. So because you think you locked in, locked down, get on your phone. Call your call your governor. Call your senator. Shut the phone lines down. Shut the emails down. These two men are going to jail. And unlike the murder of Trayvon Martin, you are not going to be found not guilty this time. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're getting scared, and you should be. Because as the old folks used to say, the times, they are changing. And no matter what you do and what your 45 tried to do, we better. We stronger. And as Martin always say, the only way to cure and kill hate is with love. And it wins every time. We ain't giving up. We come too far to turn back now. We're not going to let hate take us over. This is what 45 tried to do. This your last run. I hope you got some Gatorade. Because we stocked up. Guys, also, my thought bubble, though, for it was so sad when I thought about this. I saw this young brother running. And I'm like, he just went out for a jog. And it's sad that my thought was the way that it was. What if that was a white man? You know what I mean? Opposed to the black man. He probably would have made it home to his wife or to his life back doing like Calvin say, maybe going to see his niece swing on the swing or do something, normal, right. But he happened to be the wrong color taking that jog down that road. What a sad thing. What a sad thing. America, come on. This world, come on. Come on. Are we going to perish? What good is it if we all gone? What good is it if we've all left here? Okay, we're gonna change it up a little bit because we can't stay on this. We'll be back to it. We called it out. It's called out. We can't stay on it. We got to move into another little bit of another mode. And Gus, tell everybody where they can reach you and what's going on and what you're doing great right now.
Well, actually, this is related because we decided that we wanted to create a poetry event that showed solidarity with different ethnic groups. And I was asked by the Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights of LA to organize a virtual poetry reading that's going to take place this Sunday at 4 p.m. through the Chirla Facebook page. We're going to go live on there, and you're going to be on there blessing us with the wisdom that you have. And Yunsuk's going to be on there as well. And we have about 11 poets of different ethnicities that are going to be spitting some truth, some love for other groups, for mothers, for grandmothers, because we know it's Mother's Day here in the US and Mother's Day in several Mesoamerican countries. So we're going to mix it up. We're going to show love to each other. We're going to show love to our mothers and our grandmothers. But it's also rooted in justice. It's not just love for love's sake. It's rooted in the kind of justice that we want to see so that Maud gets justice, so that the Asian American brothers and sisters that are being targeted aren't targeted anymore. So that's the idea.
Good deal. Good deal. Yoon, where can we reach out to you? How can people help with these organizations and be a part of it? Everybody needs to join and want to be a part of any organization that is for love, justice, and equality.
Sure. Thanks for inviting me. Been very exciting. Great to be here. On Facebook. There's API Hate Crimes Hub information, and allies, everyone across the board, a space to talk, strategize, come together. We're stronger together. We got to build. They want us divided. We're disposable. Mm-hmm. And it's human worth and all the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors, coming together through us now, to seek greater justice. So, yes.
Wow. Cherie, Annika
Yes,
Valley Cole.
ma'am.
We're gonna do this IGS Nation Award. We want to do something positive. Again, as I said, this young brother wrote a song. I guess one of many. I thought I could write. You know what I mean? I thought I could be in my studio creating and doing what I do. And this young fella, this young buck, I was talking to him and he was saying he was doing something and I didn't know, and and that's the thing about the guests that I bring on. They are strong in what they believe. They're strong in their
Right.
accomplishments. Gus, June, all of you guys, but they're humble. They make these things seem so small when it takes a lot to do what we're doing. You know what I mean? It takes a lot to
Yeah.
do the things that's being done. And that's the amazing thing about it. So this young brother was telling me I did something, but he wasn't saying what he did. And I can't believe he pulled it off. Well, it's a video. No, it's not a video. That type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm checking it out because we Facebook friends and we both love the arts. So we kind of talk and collaborate about a lot of those things. And I think he came here, I think, chasing the arts. You know what I mean? And everything. So my thing about it is I want to make sure that we honor something that was done. As I said, this young brother, he was saying I did something, I didn't do something, and then I go on his Facebook page and I see something and it amazes me. So I go back the next day and I look and I'm thinking at that time, I think you were 11,000 views maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. It was crazy. It grew. I think today it's at 21,000.
21.106, young man.
I was like, oh wow, y'all really like it. Cool.
And around this time, with everything going on with COVID-19, he did I don't know how he pulled it off, but I know that he made a way out of no way to pull it off. And I am ecstatic about that. And I'm grateful that he pulled it off because it says something. So I reached out quickly and Calvin does a lot. He teaches classes. He's, you know what I mean? He's out in the industry as far as he does voiceover. He does. I'm tired, Calvin. I can't list every damn thing. I can't do it. You do so much.
You're so sweet.
I know I'm so real. I love these young people are the hardest working people right now, and that's what we need. And talent. And I love that these people are doing something more with their lives than being selfish with it. All of you guys are everyday people. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like we are everyday people, but you're doing outlandish, great things that people should know about because you care. So when I saw this and called Calvin, he was busy. And I know Calvin, we just have a respect for each other. And I know he's like, man, I got to squeeze it in, and I'd want to do it. So thank you, Calvin, for being here. So guys, what we're doing is giving Calvin the IGS Nation Award. Okay, we give this award out all the time. I gave it out to Dr. Fossey, and it was weird because after I gave the award out, Quan and Cherie will testify to this. 3 days later, I read he had got a national award, for the work that he had did. So I felt great. I said, okay, I already gave him my award, but now I'm going to step it up and start making sure that I have actual awards that I give out and send out. But I also want to give them to people that are doing things in the communities. You know what I mean? Everybody can't be Dr. Fossey. There are other ways that we are making great things happen too. And we need to be acknowledged. That's why we created the I'm Just Saying IGS Nation Award. Keeps you a part of our family, a part of the IGS Nation. Calvin gets this award for his work and creativity, and for the way that he takes his talents, and his talents are being used to open everybody's eyes. And we want to take a moment and acknowledge this, give you a great thank you, and tell you that we appreciate your work. And we're going to let everybody check out this video that he did. And the song is called Hope. Before we show this, I want you to tell the people What made you do this?
So I wrote this song Hope like a while ago. And towards the the beginning of the quarantine, it was kind of a thing to where everybody's like, okay, hold up, we really can't meet up and do stuff and everything. And one of my bass players, my bass player Chris, was like, yo, we should a lot of people have studios, we should try to put something together. And so we were able to do a thing to where what did we do? I just sent around the music to everybody and they sent in their videos. And then from there, we were able to piece everybody together and have everybody perform it. And it came out a lot better than I thought that it would. But I'm just so thankful. Like for it to come together the way that it did, I'm still amazed because there were so many people, so many moving parts. There was about 16 or 17 people that took time out of their day to come and help out on a song and everything. But it was weird because I wrote the song so long ago, but it really talked about it spoke to what was going on today and everything. And I was just like, man, okay, well, yeah, let's actually do this song because it could be. And I've had people tell me yo, that song really helped me get through stuff and everything. And I was like, oh wow. So I'm glad that we decided to do that song specifically. And I'm just so thankful that people, trusted in my vision and helped me do it. So yeah, please let them see the video.
I'm gonna let them see it. And I'm gonna say about Calvin. See, Calvin is working and doing other things. You know what I mean? And I say that for a reason. That's the respect, and this is what happens when you put it out with young people. It comes back, and that's the respect. And that's kind of young man Calvin is. He didn't say, I got a lot going on, I can't do it. He's trying to squeeze me in to do this, and I'm thankful for that. And Calvin, I appreciate that. Okay, guys, I want you to see.
Oh, no worries. And whenever you call me, I'm calling back.
That's my boy.
You say that to all the girls.
No, he said them to the ones that can cook.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
Anyway, but no, he's a talented brother. Like I said, we share the love of the arts together, and in that we share food and different things sometimes. But he's taking it to a whole nother level. I'm running behind him. I'm a little late, but never too late. So the video, because this was amazing. I mean.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Oh, serve my time and I'm living now. I threw a dime down a wishing well. I bowed my head and I clasped my hands and prayed to God for a second chance. Bullet all through a broken heart, spilled my soul on the boulevard. Memories of a promised end, whispered I'm coming back again. And I don't know, but I believe. Said I don't know, but I believe, yeah. Nothing left to do but press through, taking the next step just to see. Said I don't know, but I believe. Heart beating, running towards my fears. I let the wind wipe away my tears. I was impatient, but I needed time back to build my character, kill my pride. Gave it all that I had to give, but sometimes gotta lose to win. Pass out without an ounce of strength. Fell 7 times, gotta pay. And I don't know, but I believe. Ooh, said I don't know, but I believe, yeah. Nothing left to do but press through, taking the next step just to see. Said I don't know, but I believe. Father, Father, I'm presently bothered. I'm tired of living in squalor. I'm trying to go farther, on and off again with my girl. Wonder if I should call her. Just like a shot for the moon, but then pulled in Apollo. Had his young brother from the D shedding tears for Chicago. I 94 pray to the Lord for a better tomorrow. Traded begging and borrowing for dividends and plural. Keep my eye on the prize, he got his eye on the sparrow. I'm from Detroit though, what your hood like? What up though, Motown, what it look like? I'm coming back home soon, mama, I promise. Fighting my way through all these political prima donnas. Ludicrous shooters is backstabbers and Jeffrey Dahmers. They trying to eat a brother alive, just being honest. So I don't know, guess I never did. But my hope is getting stronger with every day that I live. And I don't know, but I believe that I don't know, but I nothing left to do but press through, taking the next step just to see. Said I don't know, said I don't know, said I don't know, said I don't know. Nothing left to do but press through, taking the next step just to see. Said I don't know, but I believe. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah,
Whew, that was amazing. That was an amazing video. Oh my God. You guys, please keep checking it out. Pass it on to everybody. Also, The Litness, please. That song, I'm going to be bumping that too. Real quick, Quan, what's going on in the wood? What's going on? Tell us what's going on. What can we expect? What's going to be happening? Let the people know.
Well, right now, everyone's looking forward to Friday. Everybody's looking forward to Friday. Everyone's looking forward to Friday here in California to see what's next. They're ready to see what stage 2 looks like, what's going to feel like. So right now, everyone's really they're on a hard level. So definitely, everyone's just ready to see what stage 2 look like and just how everything's going to go. Also, just as of recently, Drake made an announcement of dropping a brand new album. So he'll be dropping a brand new album soon. He just dropped a brand new mixtape as well. So if you're a Drake fan like myself, check that out. Also, too, just like Dion said, I have a show tonight on Tiller Radio. We always film it every night from 10 p.m. to midnight. It's called The Takeover. We never talk about the same topics all the time. But I will say this. If you like late night radio, if you like a little stuff on the edge, come enjoy yourself. Have a nice drink. And,
He had to
come
do
enjoy
it.
yourself.
He do it every damn show. Every show, y'all. He gonna show something to drink. What am I gonna do with him? What am I gonna do with him? Every show. At least he getting better. So he getting better. That's all we can say about that. Gus, Quan, I know you're gonna have to exit. Tell the people something positive before you walk out my door. We always gotta leave with some love and positivity.
Last thing I want to say, two things. It's mixed together.
Mm-hmm.
So, this Sunday is Mother's Day. Definitely, I got to send myself to you, by the way. But this Sunday is Mother's Day. And one of the things that happened today was there was this little girl, my next door neighbor. And her mother couldn't provide the same birthday as they were the original family. They originally planning going to Disneyland. And so she wanted to try to bring some kind of, positive atmosphere to her daughter. So she dropped the invitation in my mailbox and said, hey, you can come over and just have, some cake and ice cream. My daughter like that perfect. And the wheels started rolling in my head about my mom. As you know, Dion, my mom was a teacher. My mom was a a giver. She loved children. She loved children. She inspired my sister, who's now the assistant principal at Locke High School. And so my mom gave so much to children. And so when I saw that invitation, I channeled my mom and I bought, the little girl two supplies. I bought her a little, princess balloons and card and, just to put a smile on her face, just.
It's okay. I feel you. I feel you. God, yeah, guys hadn't been that long. It hadn't been real long since Quan lost his mom. So yeah,
it made my day. It made my day to get to me, this is what, when you think about what's going on with COVID, you think about what's going on, this girl, I like her mom was somebody that she was planning on going to Disneyland, all that. But to do something for this girl, or for any child, for anyone, to know that we can do something that small, or whatever you look at it, and just do it genuinely. Those are the kind of things that we need to continue to do for others, And that's my note of positivity. Let's continue to do more for others, even if we don't have a lot. Let's continue to do for others. Let's continue to do more for others.
I love that. I love that. All right, Calvin, I know you got to go, so let's give people something positive and something great. He probably couldn't hear me. He's is he muted? So yeah. So what we'll do, Gus, give the people something positive, something good, and give us some information. There's a few more things you want to speak on, so do that for me.
Yeah. So first of all, there's a website that is putting pressure so that they prosecute the people who killed Maud, and the website is runwithmaud.com. Run with, spelled normally, Maud, MAUD.com. And that website has information on what they can do to demand justice for him. The other thing I want to say is for people in LA County, there's a new campaign that's being released by the Human Relations Commission, where if you see or experience anything that has to do with hate, incident, hate crime, bullying, that kind of thing, you can actually call 211. 211. That's all you need to put into your phone. And they've trained their operators to take in calls. And the Human Relations Commission actually also takes hate crime incidents and reports. And their website is lahumanrelations.org. lahumanrelations.org. And then the last thing is just, for people to hear you spit positivity on Sunday, to hear Yunsuk, and to hear me. And the Facebook pages for CHIRLA, the Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights of Los Angeles. And this is not only going to be an immigrant show. We're going to have everybody that we can squeeze into the hour and a half, and it's going to be at 4 p.m. If you want to find that page, it's CHIRLA USA, Facebook CHIRLA USA, and obviously you want to set your live notifications so that it lets you know that we're going live at 4 p.m. on Sunday, Mother's Day. Much love to all the moms, to you, to Yunsuk, everybody else.
All right, good job. Yunsuk, give us something good and positive for the people and tell us what's going on.
Sure. Again, thanks for having us. It's been a pleasure, and I hope to work with you in the future.
Oh, you will. We will be working together.
Just a couple things, just want to put out there that May is Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So I think it's important in 2020 that us as a community come together. And also, too, how can we build stronger coalitions with other communities of color? We need to do some work to raise it up. And that's with collective consciousness. That's with common goals. Again, it's through, working, voting with our dollars and fighting against the common oppression of white supremacy. And this epidemic, be safe and, you know, we have been through things like this before and we can survive this. So know that there's support out there. And, you know, thank you to Dione for providing this type of support and for us individuals, you know, to come together to share ideas and just to elevate, you know, love yourself and you can love others and we can all raise it up. So thank you again.
Oh no, thank you, my friend, for being on with us. Thank you so much. Well said. Now there's a reason all of you guys here in Annika, I hadn't forgot you. There's a reason why you guys are here, all of you. I started this platform and I said I wanted a healing for the world. I said when they say God bless America, I did never care for that. You know, I never did. I want God to bless us, one and all. And it's not a line, it's a reality, it's something I mean. I want God to bless us all, one and all. Because if we don't get to that point, then we haven't gained anything because we still hold the selfishness. Dr. Martin Luther King was great in the fact of not that he was so perfect, because he was not. No man is. No human is. What he was, though, was an understander of that he had to have a love for humanity. And that we had to, there was violence. And most things there will be, and it's going to be hard for us to do away with war. It will take time, but we must learn to love. And we must learn to do this together. We would never have changed the course of history alone. That did not happen alone. All the things that happened from Pearl Harbor to different things that took place, everyone didn't feel the same. There were hearts of gold inside. There were people that had humanism inside. Like Calvin was saying, I wish you knew how I swung high. Meaning, if you just knew all the things that I feel the same as you felt. Once as a kid, that man that shot that black young brother, he was a kid once that played, that did. You understand what I mean? If you could remember those things, have the humility and the humanity and dignity to remember that we are all of the same creator, then we might could get somewhere one day. And so why are you guys here on the panel, every race, color, creed? Because we want to serve and love somebody. We want to make a difference in this world. And we want to do it with love. We cannot do it any other way. We will never heal it if we don't love. I tell people all the time, I love you. I love you. I have to do that because God is love. I don't have to like you. But me not liking you is not enough for me to harm you. I can make that choice. But I have to love you. I have to love the men that shot that brother. I can despise what they did. But like Maya Angelou said, I have to find that they are human as I am. And that even that part of it has to make me have understanding. So guys, we're going to wrap this up. I am wanting to say that knowledge is power. Love is everything. Cherie is finna come on, Annika, and say something to you guys. If you want to ask her questions, she is a lawyer. She specializes in civil law, many different types of law. She can help you. She's willing to answer any questions you have. Just email us at I'm just saying. I am just Just saying SAYIN djohnson@gmail.com. And email us. Reach out to, especially for Annika. Attention it to her. Give your questions. She's going to answer them. Annika, give the people something good so we can go home.
You know, I participated in several of the women's marches here in Los Angeles. And my first one, I was embarrassed that I did not have a sign. And a lovely pair of women who seemed to be a couple were very kind and brought me a sign. And the sign had 3 words. And the 3 words were love trumps hate. Love trumps hate. Be well, everyone. Take care.
Everybody, thank you so much for being a part of the panel. I love you. I love you. I can genuinely tell you that I love you. Be good. I'll see you guys Sunday, Gus. Yoon, we're going to see you guys Sunday. Everybody have a great one.
Your day is exhausting. You lost me. Players think it's all. Okay. I don't think it's all. It's all. It's all.